twisting me melons, man.
Do you remember when me and you first met?
I remember the night. Well,
see now this now, right? It's probably we've got
two different stories.
Two different stories, haven't we? Because it's your story and it's my story. That's your world, and that's go on. You do your world.
Well, I had just come back from Morocco, and I got home, and everyone was saying, "Bez, you got to meet fucking Shaun. No, you two are going to get on like fire, you know what I mean?" And I went down one night with it was Minnie. And you sat with well, I can only remember the nickname, but it might be not PC.
No, you can't do the P that one. It's not PC. But just say.
So I forgot her name. Anyway.
Say Susie.
Yeah, no. And he sat there, and I thought you sat there with a bottle of whiskey, watching TV, sat with your missus. And at the time I was homeless, I thought, oh, I wish I was like that at home, with a bottle of whiskey, watching TV with my missus and all that. But we got on really well.
We got on really well. What I remember was the same thing, right? You got to meet Bez, you got to meet Bez. I don't want to fucking meet Bez. I don't need any more fucking trouble coming out of this gaff. I don't need any more of that. And then you fucking moved in.
Yeah.
And that was like 1983.
Yeah. Never invite an homeless mate round to your house, that's what I say.
Well, what did that flat turn into? You know, we used to have to wash up in the bath.
Well, I think it got condemned in the end, didn't it?
So. Do you remember that, putting all the washing up in the bath?
Yeah. Well, I just remember the state of the flat. It was like, and it's like in a kind of a posh, well, not really posh, but kind of...
Yeah, he was on a nice housing estate, wasn't it?
in the estate,
But don't you remember he lived at the back of us?
Eric Cantona, was it?
No, Eric did. Eric did move in, didn't he?
He could have had a really posh house, and he wanted to...
well, he didn't know... He wasn't that. He just didn't know the score, did he? He just wanted to live in a normal fucking, you know...
house.
Detached, semi-detached fucking house.
Yeah.
Do you remember our rubbish bin? We needed a rubbish bin, didn't we?
Yeah.
So we pulled up outside the town hall in Manchester, and then big iron bins with a bee on them. We lifted one of them, about fucking three of us.
Well, 4 of us it took to pick that up.
Yeah, whizzing.
Yeah.
Lifted that up, shoved it in the fucking car. Got it back to, we had to get up the fucking stairs to the flat with it, and then put it in our living room.
You can't pinch them anymore. They're like...
Well,
I think they might, you know what? I think they might have even disappeared off the streets now.
We only had one.
They would have had to shrapnel, you know what I mean?
Oh, God, yeah, they'd be worth a lot of money.
Bomb in them.
Unless, that was it. It was the bomb, wasn't it?
Yeah.
After the bomb, none of that was there anymore.
Yeah.
Not even, I mean, they started screwing things into the ground, didn't they?
Yeah.
All them sort of bins disappeared.
It's just got to show you can't leave anything lying around in Manchester.
No, can't. We couldn't even have them fucking bikes, could we? Hey, you can have them in Hong Kong and everywhere. I started as a messenger boy at 15. I'd left school 15. And I got a job as a messenger boy basically because, one, my dad was a postman, and two, my granddad knew the postmaster, went drinking with him. And, I mean, I'm dyslexic, and I couldn't fucking spell or anything, and they put the paper in front of me. That's why no one got
the post.
They put the exam sheet in front of me.
Shaun's on the now.
Well, that is true, that. I mean, it was that. I mean, it was a good laugh, because you're 15 and you're in the centre of Manchester. But that, and you could do all sorts. I mean, I can't even, you know what they like at the post office. If I said anything what we really got up to now, they'd probably arrest me fucking 40 years later for what we did. But anyway, it was good fun. But then when you became a man at 18, it was just fucking, hard work, not a lot of fanning around with the lads, which we did, We just used to sit in the fucking John Bull watching the strippers, or all the local boozers in the town centre at dinner time had strippers on, and Bernard Manning was on, and all the comedians, and we used to sit around watching them and getting stoned and drinking, and it was great. But then you had to become a man at 18, and it was shit. It's like you can get given a break. If you know somebody who's a bit, bit there and everything, and you get given a break, so it looks like, oh, fucking hell, look at him, he's had the jump in, he's got a right start on him there. But you'll get the break, but then you've got to be good enough to stay and do what the break. It's like we got a break off fucking Tony and all
World
that.
Factory Records.
Because
like,
of Phil Sachs.
Yeah, and well, because of Phil Sachs.
Phil Sachs knew everybody.
Yeah, but that opportunity, that's gone now, you know what I mean, for people.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you remember, right, we met Phil Sachs in the Underground Market, right, and then Phil, you know, flogging us the clothes and the jeans and everything, but Phil's best buddies was Rob Gretton.
Alan Erasmus.
Alan Erasmus, Mike Pickering. Who else? He was
well, he was that way, weren't he?
Tony Wilson, all that was his
knew
pals.
them all,
So basically what he did was give these lads a break. I mean, we was making records before we could even really play or I could write songs.
Well, like I say, we didn't even know what 1, 2, 3, 4 time was until we met John
knew nothing.
Cale.
Absolutely nothing. We could only just learn to play instruments. I mean, I was learning to write songs as we was making records. You know, it's like learning proper on the job. I got being the front man and writing by fucking proxy, really, because no one else could do it. We all had to go at everything.
No one's as big as a show-off as you was.
No one's as big a show-off as me. You know, everyone had to go at songwriting, and no one could. I mean, I couldn't fucking do it first, but I was better than everybody else.
No, you could, actually. You always had the lyrics, mate, you know what I mean? Cause...
Yeah, but I didn't know how to, you know, structure and get, you know, and fucking verses and choruses and fucking everything else and, you know, middle eight. So, you know,
none of us knew that, though, did we? Well, the old band never knew.
I mean, actually, that. I mean, writing, you know, what I was writing about was like, you know, madness, really. The first song I wrote was about the Vietnam War. You know, which, fucking hell, what do I know about the Vietnam War except watching it on telly when I was a kid?
Back in the day.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, so, I mean, I got the job. I mean, I wanted to play drums. But, you know, I've got mad thumbs.
Well, how I got to join the band was it was the Tube, weren't it, supporting New Order doing the Tube. Was it the Tube?
No, it was the Hacienda.
No, at the Hacienda, but New Order were doing a show for the Tube.
Yeah, I don't think it was that night. It was a night when it was just a normal gig.
It was, honestly. I remember it well because it's the first time I've ever seen New Order play as well. I was buzzing.
See, that's your side of the story, that one, because I think the Tube one came later.
Well, I know it was the Tube because it's fucking my night on... You know what I mean? I'll never forget it.
Well, you was tripping your nut out.
Yeah, no, it was.
And I had to say to you, come on, get on and just do it.
Yeah. But anyway, we'd done that much acid, and Shaun turned around and said, Bez, you're going to have to come on stage with me tonight. I can't go on. I'm fucking right off your nut, weren't you? I said, fuck off, I'm not going on. You know,
yeah. To fucking convince you.
Yeah. So after a certain amount of golding and call me soft cunts and all that, I said, fuck it, man. So I jumped on stage and I see these maracas on the way on. I picked the maracas and got on stage and started doing this fucking mad dance.
Well, just your dance. Yeah. That was what you did. In the fucking club when we were all about
and the funniest thing was the next day some girl said to Shaun, oh, that's nice of you letting that lad on stage with special needs. Yeah, and it was me off the up on acid, you know what I mean? Well, Tony Wilson coined the phrase Manchester, didn't he?
Well, actually, it wasn't Tony, it was Keith Bailey.
Was it?
Keith Bailey, and it actually came out of a typo. Right, because when they was doing...
a typo?
You know, fucking on a printing mistake.
Oh, right.
Right, when he was doing something, and he was writing something on the typewriter. In fact, he was working on a script for a film about which was nicknamed at the time. The working title was Mad Fuckers, and it was all about this scene going on in Manchester. And the Bailey brothers made our videos, and you know it was Keith and Phil. So they're writing some script or something, and on the typewriter or something, it ended up saying Madchester instead of Manchester. So he kept the fucking Manchester thing. You know, and he took it to Tony and got Manchester, and that's where that came from.
Happy accident.
Happy accident, which a lot of things are, aren't they?
Yeah.
No, it's like the best songs you do, or
never
the best
planned.
Things come in 5 seconds and then never planned, and
never
all
planned.
the shit that comes out of playing the wrong chord or something. Manchester and the Hacienda was dead. From 1982, when it opened, to 1987, it was dead. And then in 1987, Ecstasy arrived in that club.
Well, it was 86 it was.
End of 86,
Well,
because we hadn't done it before we went to New York. And by, like I say, 87, it was hammered. And, you know, that he played the major part in that scene. It was all, you know, that wouldn't have happened without that drug. No, I mean, when we met Tony, it was, again, through Phil Sachs. I mean, we was really lucky. We was in the right place at the right time and knew the right people. We got given a break. And if we'd have been shit, then we'd have just gone. You know, we got given the break. Tony, when we first got introduced to Tony about Phil, you know, this is... and straight away from day one, Tony thought, well, you know, liked us, he liked our personalities. You know, I mean, a lot of the people on Factory at the time, you know, and the people, and Ucky especially, fucking hated us.
He did. He loved us, okay. He's good.
No, not at first. He'll tell you himself.
Did they? Yeah.
He thought we was going to rob all his dressing room, fucking turn it into the hacienda into a madhouse.
Well, you all turned up at his house, didn't you, and knocked on his door.
Yeah, but that's not. See, Ucky, right, will go now. Ucky will say that our kid, when we was working at the telegrams and the, you know, telegram boy, our kid
got his address, didn't he?
Got his address and put a tape through his door, right? Now, our kid did do that, but Ucky never fucking seen it. He didn't.
Well, the story he tells is that we all turned up at his door.
House, yeah.
He's like that. I ain't got any fucking money, lads.
Yeah. Which, you know, that's, you know, everyone's got their own story.
License, that is.
You know, well, it's like anything, because it's a long time ago and everyone, but my hit on that is, right, our kid did put this tape, it got totally ignored because it was fucking months and months and months. And then we met Phil Sachs. And Phil Sachs got us hooked up with Tony and all that lot, and that's how we got to Factory. Not through putting that fucking tape through the door that no one got.
Yeah.
Once you get on Top of the Pops, you think you've made it. You know, you think, you watch the bands on Top of the Pops all your life from being a little kid, and you think, wow, that's Top of the Pops, you made it.
Well, that's so like the pinnacle of it. Yeah.
But you go on Top of the Pops, you do it, and really that's just the start of it. Top of the Pops was great.
It was a bit weird. I thought it was a bit weird, maybe.
Well, the whole day was great because at the time we was filming it where EastEnders was being filmed. We went to another place, but then it moved where EastEnders was being filmed, and we used to just get pissed up in that
and
bar.
it was nice because the Stone Roses were on the same Top of the Pops where we shared the changing room and all that, you know what I mean? So, yeah, we felt like, it was a bit of a man.
Well, that was another one of my master plans that I'm glad didn't come off when I wanted Manny to be the singer, and then I'd go and play bass.
Yeah, we was all going to swap bands.
Swap.
So we was going to go...
I nearly got him. I got him to where he was nearly having it, right? Because at the time, only people, right, that was sort of into the sort of indie scene, right, would have known who the Happy Mondays and members are and who the members of the Stone Roses were. But nobody at that fucking Top of the Pops that day knew.
Yeah, we should have done
I wanted everyone to swap. You know, I was going to do bass in the Stone Roses and, you know... and I had him doing it. He was going for it. At the last minute, I think it was Ian who said, no, let's not do it. Let's not fuck up this. And I was like, gutty for years, and I'm thinking, fucking good job he didn't. Caught when McCartney, it was actually in one of the music papers, or you know, the music.
What album was it? He said that too.
Well, it wasn't necessarily an album. It was around the time.
Was it? Yeah.
It was around the time of Bumdar, Pills and Frills, and McCartney made this statement saying, someone had asked him what he thought of the Happy Mondays and the Roses and things, and she knew a lot of music, and McCartney had said, the Mondays remind me of the Beatles doing their magical mystery tour phase.
I never knew this,
So when it was like, well,
you learn something new every day, don't you?
But you was there when I read it out, and was going, wow, he's heard of us. You know what I mean? McCartney's heard of us. If you like what you see,
subscribe
and what?
Like.
Subscribe and like.
Hey, that's what
that is if you like what you see.
Yeah, if you don't, just cut us right off.
Can you like us? Can anybody like us?
Yeah, of course you can.
What, we're that good looking? If you like what you see, we're that good looking, subscribe and like it.
Hey!